The person in the mirror isn't your enemy. The story you keep telling them is. You're not trapped by your circumstances. You're imprisoned by the narrative you've been repeating, that you'll start tomorrow, that you're waiting for a sign, that you deserve better but act like you deserve less. This gap between your aspirations and your daily actions has become your home. And that home is a cage. This isn't peace, it's a slow surrender. Reinvention doesn't start with inspiration. It starts with the raw, unforgiving truth you've been running from. 2026 is just a number. It holds no power to save you. That power was always yours to claim. The Stoics didn't forge their wisdom on sunny days. They hammered it out in the storm. Marcus Aurelius commanded himself, "No more debates about a good life. Live one, not later, not when the stars align. Now, in the chaos, in the doubt, in the chasm between your current self and your necessary self." That's your coordinates. You can craft more elegant excuses for living there, or you can do what the comfortable never will. Stop narrating, start building. These 7 Stoic laws are not soft. They won't reassure your fragile ego. They won't promise that the universe is plotting for your happiness. They will deliver the cold water of reality. You've been investing your finite strength in trivial pursuits while abandoning your sovereign duty, command over your own mind. This year isn't about accumulation. It's about surgical removal, the parasitic thoughts, the identity of victimhood, the fragmented attention, the knee-jerk emotions, the sweet lies. Peel them all back. What's left is pure, unformed possibility. Your job is to forge it into something immovable. But you must be serious. No flirting with change. No consuming this and moving on by sunrise. Pause. Right here. Decide. Are you prepared to actually transform, or are you merely browsing the idea? If you're prepared, let this video be your mark. Share it with someone done with their own stories. Subscribe to Stoic Mindset Mastery. This channel is a tool for those who pick the anvil over the pillow. Do not skip ahead. Declare an end to the old draft of you. Comment this phrase: "The story ends now." 1. Abandon the myth of readiness. Move from deficiency. You've been holding your breath for a feeling, ready to launch, ready to speak, ready to become. And as you wait for that perfect internal climate, seasons of your life fall away. Readiness is a fairy tale. It's the clever disguise of fear. It's the polite lie that lets you mistake procrastination for prudence. Seneca shattered this. Begin at once to live and count each single day as a separate life. There is no rehearsal studio. Existence doesn't hand you a script. Each dawn you spend waiting is a day you merely attended, not lived. The individuals who reshape their realities don't delay until they feel equipped. They don't hold out for clarity or guarantees. They step forward from a place of deficiency, doubt, and not enoughness. And the motion itself becomes their teacher. Recall every vision you've shelved for lack of readiness, the venture you didn't initiate needing one more course, the truth you didn't utter needing the perfect phrasing, the love you didn't honor, needing to be more whole first. All of it suspended, not because you required more data, but because data collection provided a noble alibi to avoid the vulnerability of effort and potential defeat. But the clock doesn't pause with you. Doors seal, time becomes a ghost, and the self you were meant to embody stays buried, unmanifested, growing quieter under the pile of not-yets. Look at the paralysis of perfectionism, the conviction that you must not begin until the setup is flawless. That isn't excellence. That is dread in a respectable suit. It's self-sabotage masquerading as diligence. The Stoics knew that understanding is born from engagement, not from theory. You don't contemplate your way into a new existence. You behave your way into new consciousness. Every movement, even a stumbling one, reveals lessons that Stillness keeps secret. Action builds competence. Waiting builds regret. To act from deficiency is not recklessness, it is humility. It is admitting you will never possess all the answers, that doubt is a permanent resident, that growth occurs in the doing. This demands a radical re-relationship with failure. Most hide from action, terrified of missteps. But failure is not the antagonist of success. Inaction is. To fail means you entered the arena. To not act means you forfeited from the stands. The incarnation of yourself you respect, the decisive one, the potent one, lives on the far side of motions you haven't yet made. You become that person not by imagining, but by embodying their behaviors before you believe them. Identify one undertaking you've postponed for readiness. Ask brutally, will that feeling ever arrive? Or is it my cage? Then execute it today. Poorly if you must, clumsily, afraid, but execute. Skill doesn't come before action. It emerges in its wake. You don't master the ocean by studying waves on shore. You don't cultivate courage by contemplating bravery. You learn by wading into the cold water, by proceeding despite the tremor in your hands. Our age offers infinite methods to simulate productivity while avoiding genuine production. You can plan, research, and prepare into eternity. That isn't preparation. It's procrastination with a productivity aesthetic. Cease preparing for a life and start inhabiting it with whatever tools you have from wherever you stand, as deficient as you feel because you are. Wholeness is another mirage. Growth is perpetual deficiency in motion. The waiting stops when you decree it stops. When you choose that living as an unfinished, flawed, trembling human is superior to dying as a pristine, unused idea. If you're finished waiting, state this vow: I move now. 2. Find peace in being. Misread. You've been bending yourself into shapes to be comprehended, explaining your journey, rationalizing your direction to those who can't perceive your horizon. In that exhausting theater of making yourself legible, you've deserted your true nature. So much of your unrest springs from this. The draining campaign to be universally understood, to render your life logical to outsiders, to win approval from irrelevant panels. Epictetus identified this cage. If you wish to improve, be willing to be thought clueless and unsophisticated. Read it once more. Your expansion will baffle people. Your metamorphosis will intimidate them. Your evolution will unsettle them, for it reflects their own stillness. And if you require their comprehension to proceed, you will be forever halted. The voices critiquing your choices aren't living your hours. They aren't bearing your weight. They are spectators shouting advice from the bleachers of a game they've never suited up for, and you've allowed their commentary to edit your decisions. Think of the dreams you've discarded because they seemed irrational to others. The paths not walked because you couldn't articulate a business case. The selves you've muted for failing to match external expectation. All of it sacrificed for the warmth of being understood. Where did that bargain lead you? To the same familiar stall. Your truest calling will often be illegible to the crowd. Your most authentic choices will seem irrational to those with different maps. This isn't a flaw, it's a filtration system. It divides those who need to comprehend from those who choose to trust. Measure the energy spent making others okay with your growth, diluting your ambitions to preserve mediocre bonds, minimizing your progress so others don't feel lacking, remaining compact so people around you aren't confronted with their own constraints. That adaptation is a quiet assassination of your potential. Every instance you contract to fit another's limited understanding, you betray the person emerging within. The Stoics held that external perception lies outside your jurisdiction. You cannot manage how you are seen. You cannot compel understanding of motivations unfelt. The attempt is stolen energy. When you become peaceful with being misread, liberation follows. You quit performing. You quit crafting palatable narratives. You quit seeking authorization. You simply live authentically without running commentary. This isn't arrogance. It is the development of internal validation. It is constructing conviction so solid that external confusion cannot fracture it. Consider conformity's pressure, the messages that your route should mirror the well-traveled one. That divergence needs defense, but you owe no one a defense for your life. Not family, not peers, not digital strangers. You owe yourself allegiance. That is all. Stop explaining. When questioned, resist justification. This aligns with my North Star, is a complete sentence. You don't need their understanding. You need your own certainty. Your growth will confuse those committed to stagnation. Audit your connections. How many individuals require your smallness for their comfort? How many bonds are built upon your stagnation? Those are not relationships, they are confinement. You hold the key. Our world worships consensus, validation metrics, the illusion that your value is tabulated by likes and approving nods. That is bondage disguised as community. Real liberty is living by your own code, utterly serene when others don't decode it. It's choosing your expansion even when it disappoints. Some will label this selfish. Let them. Their discomfort with your progress is their assignment, not yours. Your mission isn't to make your transformation easily digestible. Your mission is to transform. You will shed people, friends attached to a historical you, family members who preferred you predictable. Let them go, not with malice, but with the recognition that some bonds have a natural terminus. Those who belong in your evolving story won't demand elaborate explanations. They'll witness your movement and trust the direction, even without the map. Being misread is the toll for transformation. If your path is universally understood, you are likely not pioneering. You're following a trail, and followers stay safe, but never know sovereignty. If ready to stop explaining, declare, I seek no approval. 3. Guard your mental gates with your life. Your mind is not a passive receptacle, it is contested ground. Every datum you let in is either weaponizing you or contaminating you. Every dialogue you enter either lifts you or lowers you. Most treat mental consumption as harmless. They ingest randomly. They expose themselves to psychic poison and then puzzle over their toxic inner state. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Your soul adopts the hue of your thoughts." What hue are you choosing? What are you feeding your spirit daily? Because these inputs are formative. They are sculpting you, consciously or not. Scan your last week. What fraction of your consumption actually built you? How much news did you absorb that you cannot affect? How many digital fights did you spectate that are unrelated to your purpose? How much entertainment did you use to mute yourself rather than develop yourself? It all accumulates, it all shapes you. You aren't immune. Your subconscious absorbs it all. Our information ecosystem is engineered to seize your attention and stockpile your mind with refuse. Outrage cycles, comparison traps, endless streams meant to engage but never enrich. You swim in this voluntarily for hours, then wonder at your anxiety, distraction, and overwhelm. Imagine starting your day by downloading the world's agenda before you've consulted your own. Notifications demand reaction, others' dramas demand your energy, and you donate it freely. Then you struggle to focus, to find clarity. Of course you struggle, your mind is already polluted with static. The Stoics were merciless sentries of their inner world. You cannot construct wisdom on a landfill. You cannot cultivate clarity while consuming chaos. This demands aggressive curation, not moderation. Moderation suggests all content is safe in tiny amounts. Some content is toxic in any dose. Some environments harm you however briefly you visit. Here is what must be excised. relationships that chronically drain without return, content that makes you feel worse without offering actionable insight, news you consume obsessively but cannot influence, arguments that aren't yours but trigger your stress, cut ruthlessly. Your mental space isn't a democracy, it's a sovereign state, and you are its defender. Replace the noise with signal, books that stretch you, conversations that elevate, content from those embodying where you aim to be. Silence, space for your own voice to surface. Your physical environment is also input. Is it chaotic or ordered? Does it promote focus or distraction? It constantly signals your nervous system. Practice an input audit for 1 week. Log everything: media, talks, settings. Ask, does this improve me or impair me? Does it serve my evolution or my decay? For whatever fails, eliminate it. Don't reduce, eliminate. Create blank space. Protect your attention as the priceless asset it is. Your attention dictates your thoughts. Your thoughts command your actions. Your actions define your life. Become aware of internalized voices. The inner monologue. Whose script is it? Is it yours or an echo of parents, critics, the crowd? Most host a committee of unchosen voices. Evict them, then cultivate a new inner voice, your own, speaking with your values and authority. But you cannot build that while other voices shout over it. The modern economy profits from your distracted, reactive state. Your transformation hinges on reclaiming your attention and aiming it with sniper-like precision at inputs that truly serve you. If ready to defend your mind, commit, I control what enters. 4. Cultivate the power of needing less. You are adrift in wanting. The next milestone, the next possession that will finally make you feel enough. Each acquisition brings a brief satisfaction, then the hunger returns. This isn't drive. It's a dependency, and it's robbing you of tranquility. Seneca identified this. Poverty is not the man who has little, but the man who craves more. You aren't poor by what you lack. You are poor because you've conditioned yourself to need everything, to demand specific conditions for contentment, and reality is indifferent to your demands. It will never perfectly match your preferences. Thus, you've engineered a system where peace is perpetually conditional, always one accomplishment away. That isn't living. It's a negotiation where you always lose. Consider what you've decided you require. The salary that will finally feel sufficient. The physique that will halt self-critique. The partnership that will fill the void. None of it works because the issue isn't possession. It's perceived necessity, and that list expands faster than your ability to meet it. You're chasing a horizon that recedes as you approach. The Stoics trained in voluntary lack, not to glorify hardship, but because needing little renders you unconquerable. When you can find contentment with basic provisions, you cannot be manipulated by threats of loss. When luxury isn't required for happiness, you possess a freedom the rich often envy. This isn't rejecting achievement. It's severing the psychological tether between external conditions and internal peace. It's establishing a baseline of sufficiency that exists regardless of holdings, accolades, or opinions. Modern success shouts more, 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 all external, all requiring endless acquisition, all training you to need more, thereby ensuring you perpetually feel less. But what if you trained in the opposite? What if you deliberately lowered your requirements for satisfaction? What if you found fullness in simplicity, in enough? That isn't deprivation, it's emancipation. When you need less, you operate from choice, not lack. You make decisions from abundance, not scarcity. You retain dignity because you won't trade values for non-essentials. Examine the pressure to maintain a certain lifestyle, expenses tied to identity, status symbols required for social standing, all of it trapping you in roles you dislike. You built that trap by deciding these were needs, by linking your contentment to their upkeep. For 1 month, experiment with less. Pick one domain: spending, digital consumption, comfort. Deliberately reduce it as training, not punishment. Observe. Does your happiness actually diminish? Many discover a shock. Less clarifies. It strips away excess to reveal what genuinely matters. This applies universally. Relationships need constant connection or find peace in solitude. Entertainment need perpetual stimulation or tolerate creative boredom. Validation need continuous approval or trust your own verdict. Every need is a vulnerability, a potential leverage point. The less you need, the fewer weaknesses you present. Consider identity needs: to be seen as successful, important. The need for your efforts to be recognized. When you stop requiring those external confirmations, when you can anchor your worth internally, you become free. Not because you don't notice others' views, but because their views don't define your reality. Our world trains you to need more. Every ad, every comparison, it's designed to make you feel insufficient, so you keep consuming. Break the cycle not by rejecting all, but by interrogating all. Does this truly improve my existence, or merely add complexity? Do I need this, or was I conditioned to want it? The Stoics knew freedom resides in simplicity. Power springs from needing little. The person who requires the least is the most resilient, adaptable, and unbreakable. Train to be that person, not through denial, but through conscious reduction. Shed the excess. Release the dependencies. Construct a life where contentment is internally sourced. State it: I choose enough. 5. Internalize your finitude. Time is not a renewable resource. You behave as if you have limitless days, deferring crucial talks, delaying meaningful action, enduring soul-draining situations, investing hours in trivial distraction, all rooted in the unconscious belief that there will always be more time. There won't. Each passing moment is permanently spent. Each wasted day is a life unit you can never recover. Each year you tolerate what you resent is a year stolen from the life awaiting you, and you act like time is a well that never runs dry. Marcus Aurelius confronted this. You could leave life this very moment. Let that guide your acts, speech, and thoughts. This day could be your final one, and you're spending it scrolling, complaining, putting off, and settling. Most live as immortals. They plan for distant decades. They postpone vital work for better conditions. They delay hard conversations for perfect timing. They wait to start living until they feel ready. Then they awaken at an older age and realize most of their life is in the rear view. The time they awaited never arrived. They spent decades preparing to live instead of living. Reflect on your last month. How much time did you forfeit? How many hours gifted to what doesn't matter? All of it irredeemable. You traded your finite existence for distraction, for comfort, for the illusion of abundance. But you have no time to waste. Nobody does. Yet people guard money, possessions, reputation, but are profligate with time, the only currency that truly counts. The Stoics knew time is the ultimate non-replenishable asset. Once spent, gone forever. Most spend it like royalty while spiritually bankrupt. What are you tolerating this instant? The job eroding your spirit? The lifeless relationship? The habits that shrink you? All consuming your life, and you permit it because you believe you have time to address it later. But later is a fantasy. Later is where dreams are archived and forgotten. Later is the graveyard of unlived potential. When you truly digest your mortality, you stop tolerating garbage. You stop wasting time on those who don't value you. You stop engaging in growth-neutral activities. You stop postponing essential work because you grasp There is no mythical someday, only today. This isn't reckless living, it's deliberate living, treating each day as the finite gift it is. The practice is daily. Each morning before connecting to the digital swarm, ask, if this were my last, what would I prioritize? What would I create? What would I cease tolerating? Then live accordingly, not from death anxiety, but from life respect. Not in desperation, but in clarity, because you are dying eventually, and you refuse to arrive at the end with your song. Still unsung. Track your time for 1 week. Log where it flows. Work, relationships, growth, distraction. Most are shocked. They thought they were investing in meaning, but the data shows they're spending their life on nothingness. Our world is engineered to pilfer your time. Infinite scroll, autoplay, manufactured urgency, all designed to fragment your attention and consume your hours, giving nothing of substance back. You must fight for your time ferociously, without apology. Your employer will take all you offer. Social platforms will devour every minute you allow. Others will fill your calendar if you permit it, but your time is yours. It's the only thing utterly yours. How you spend it dictates who you become. Stop spending like an heir. Start investing like your account is dwindling, because it is. Every second spent is one you never retrieve. If done wasting, declare, my time is non-negotiable. 6. Forge your tolerance for solitude. You're afraid of your own company, so you plug every silence with noise. Endless connection, perpetual input, anything to evade sitting quietly with your own mind, your own reality. That evasion is eroding you, because everything you flee resides in that quiet. Every unresolved matter, every avoided truth, every self-denial, it awaits you in the stillness, and you're too frightened to meet it. Seneca noted, the sign of a well-regulated mind is the ability to linger in one's own presence. Can you? Can you sit alone for an hour without grabbing your device, without turning on sound? Can you be with yourself purely without discomfort? Most cannot. They've lost the capacity to exist without external stimulus. They need podcasts, music, chatter, anything to dodge the encounter with their interior. And in that dodge, they never develop the depth, clarity, or self-knowledge that solitude alone forges. Examine your routine. How much involves genuine, silent solitude? Not just physically alone while consuming content, but truly alone. Present with your inner landscape? Probably negligible, because solitude introduces discomfort. It surfaces all you've suppressed, the disappointments, the inquiries about whether you're living your true life, the recognition of patterns needing rupture. So you run. You stay occupied. You maintain constant external linkage, so you never have to link with yourself. Thus, you remain a stranger to the person you are with every moment. The Stoics practiced solitude not to be reclusive, but to know themselves, to hear their own voice under the world's cacophony, to develop the internal clarity impossible when constantly ingesting others' agendas. When you avoid solitude, you avoid self-knowledge. You never craft your own philosophy because you're always renting someone else's. You never find your own voice because you're always mimicking. Consider your dependency on external validation, on constant feedback to confirm your existence. That dependence exists because you haven't built a relationship with yourself. You need others to define you because you've never been still long enough to discover your own definition. But when you cultivate capacity for solitude, sovereignty emerges. You stop needing perpetual connection because your own company becomes sufficient. You stop seeking approval because you've built internal ratification. You stop being ruled by loneliness because you've learned the distinction between alone and lonely. Alone is a condition. Lonely is a story about that condition. You can be alone and entirely content. You can be surrounded and profoundly lonely. The difference is your relationship with you. Most have a poor relationship with themselves. They dislike their own presence. They'd rather be with anyone, even those they don't respect, than sit with their own thoughts. That's a crisis. You are the one companion you cannot escape. If you can't abide your own company, you're in a cell with a cellmate you despise. Start with 10 minutes. Set a timer. Sit in silence. No device, no book, just you. Observe what arises. The itch for distraction, the anxiety, the boredom. Don't fight it. Watch it. Do this daily. Expand gradually. Take yourself on a solo expedition, a walk, a cafe visit, not to work or scroll, but to be present with yourself in the world. Note the discomfort, the urge to appear busy. That discomfort is intelligence. Our age has pathologized solitude, treating it as a social failure. But solitude isn't the issue. The incapacity to endure it is. The terror of being alone reveals you've never developed a self-worth being alone with. So, develop one. Use solitude to reflect, to integrate, to hear your own mind, to discover what you actually think, want, believe, not what you've absorbed. In solitude, you'll meet uncomfortable truths about your direction, about gaps between your current and claimed self. Good. Those truths demand facing. They won't vanish because you distract yourself. Every profound thinker, creator, and builder spent significant time alone. Depth requires solitude. Creativity requires quiet. Self-knowledge requires uninterrupted time with yourself. You cannot think deeply while constantly consuming. You cannot create meaning while perpetually connected. Marcus Aurelius wrote his meditations in solitude, for himself, processing without an audience. That's where wisdom is forged, not in the crowd's noise, but in the quiet of self-examination. Build this capacity, not to become a hermit, but to become whole. To know yourself so thoroughly that you don't require external input to know who you are. To be so at ease in your own presence that being alone becomes a sanctuary, not a sentence. Commit, I befriend my silence. 7. Let necessary bridges burn. You've tried to keep everyone, maintaining connections that expired long ago, preserving ties that no longer serve, staying loyal to those disloyal to your growth, all because you fear loss, conflict, being labeled the villain who walked away. But some bridges should burn. Some relationships must end. Some chapters require a final period. Your refusal to accept this traps you in a draft of your life you've outgrown. Epictetus advised, keep company only with those who call forth your best. Note, not those you've known longest, not those bound by obligation, those who call forth your best. Everyone else? Anchors dressed as companions. Consider relationships maintained from duty. Friends you've transcended but keep from guilt. Family whose presence drains you but you tolerate because of blood. Colleagues who undermine you but you engage due to proximity, all costing you energy, peace, evolution. Clinging to dead connections isn't loyalty, it's cowardice. Choosing comfort over truth. Prioritizing others' feelings over your own emergence. The Stoics knew not everyone merits access to you. Your inner circle must be curated with ruthless care. The people around you either elevate or infect. There's no neutral. Holding on to relationships that don't serve is dishonesty. You're performing connection while feeling emptiness. That performance exhausts you and helps no one. Identify relationships where you contract, where you can't speak freely, where you must monitor your growth to avoid threatening them, where your success unsettles them. Those aren't bonds, they are cages. You choose to remain locked in because you fear their reaction to your exit more than you desire your own freedom. But when you let those bridges burn, space opens, energy returns. You quit performing and start being. Those who truly belong in your story become visible. Some people are for seasons, not lifetimes. Forcing a seasonal bond into permanence creates suffering. The friendship that served at 20 may not fit at 30. Family dynamics from dependence may be toxic in independence. Letting go isn't betrayal, it's honoring truth. It's acknowledging divergent growth. You can care for someone and still require them out of your daily life. Practice. List your significant relationships. Assess honestly. Does this person support my expansion? Do I feel energized or depleted after interaction? Can I be authentic or must I perform? For those consistently negative, choose. Address directly or end cleanly. Don't tolerate while pretending. That prolongs agony. Some bridges burn through honest dialogue. You'll speak your truth, they'll reject it, and the tie severs. Good. Truth should be the filter. Those who can't handle your honesty don't deserve your company. Others you'll burn by decision. You'll choose to exit toxic dynamics, even if misunderstood, even if painted the villain. Let them. Their judgment isn't your load. Their comfort isn't your duty. Your growth is. Our culture often vilifies boundary setters, those who walk from toxicity. That's guilt programming to keep you small and available. Reject it. Some relationships should end. Some people should lose access. Some bridges should burn so you cannot retreat back over them when loneliness or guilt whispers. This isn't cruelty, it's integrity. It's accepting that evolution requires release. That transformation demands shedding skins, including relational ones, that fit the old you but constrict the new. The Stoics knew your associations shape your character. You become like those you frequent. If you surround yourself with mediocrity, you'll adopt it. If you tolerate poison, you'll ingest it. So burn bridges leading to destinations you no longer seek. Release ties mooring you to obsolete versions of you. Create room for connections that serve your evolution, not hinder it. If ready, state, I release what holds back. You've reached the end, but here is where everything truly commences. These 7 laws aren't concepts to archive. They are protocols for immediate execution. Knowledge without application is intellectual ornament. Comprehension without change is entertainment. 2026 won't reinvent you. These words won't magically alter your life by existing in your awareness. You must labor daily, without applause, without quick rewards, without certainty. Abandon the myth of readiness. Move now from deficiency. Find peace in being misread. Guard your mental gates with your life. Cultivate needing less. Internalize your finitude. Forge tolerance for solitude. Let necessary bridges burn. These laws are interwoven. Applied together consistently, they transmute you from within. But they demand what most withhold. Sustained pledge without emotional coddling. The discipline to persist when motivation evaporates. The integrity to honor promises to yourself when no one watches. The Stoics wrote their philosophy for themselves during their hardest hours. They weren't performing, they were surviving reality. That's what these are for. Survival. For constructing a self that can withstand life without shattering. You will fail. You will slide back to old patterns. You will pick comfort over growth. That's expected. The difference between those who transform and those who stay stuck isn't perfection. It's persistence. It's rising again. It's recommitting after each stumble. Start today. Pick one law, implement it, not perfectly, but persistently. Then tomorrow, again and again, until it's not a practice. It's your nature. If this connected, like this video now, share it with someone ready to stop narrating and start building. Comment with which law you're enacting first. Subscribe to Stoic Mindset Mastery. We're building a fellowship of those who choose the forge over the couch, truth over performance, evolution over stagnation. The question isn't capability. You are capable. The question is willingness. Will you labor when it's uncomfortable? Will you continue when results seem distant? Will you elect the person you must become over the comfort of who you've been? Make your final declaration. Comment this truth. I forge now.